Hello friends, today I will discuss about nameplate details of a current transformer. In this video I will discuss about 33 kV city nameplate. So in the nameplate first mentioned is serial number. City serial number is 243199. It is given by the manufacturer of the city. Then the type of the city. Type of the city is ODCT. OD means it is installed in the outdoor switchyard. There also exist indoor type CT, which are installed in the indoor type VCB switchgear. So next in the nameplate, the IS standard is mentioned, that is based on which standard CT is designed. Here the standard is IS, as per IS 2705. IS means Indian's standard. Then the manufacturing year is mentioned in the nameplate, which is 2020, that is it is manufactured in the year of 2020. Next in the city, the different cores are mentioned. Here three number of cores are exist. Core 1 is metering core, since it is given by VA burden, and accuracy class is mentioned by 0.2 class, and core 2 and core 3 is the protection class. So core 1 is accuracy class is 0.2, and since it is a metering core, it is also one parameter is given, that is called ISF. ISF means instrument safety factor. It is given by the CT saturation current divided by CT rated current. Here instrument safety factor is less than 5. So if 5 ampere current flows in the secondary side, then the CT will saturate. Now instrument safety factor means the instrument connected in the secondary side of the metering core CT safety is ensured. That is, if CT is not saturate beyond 5 ampere secondary current, then under fault condition, assume that the fault current is in secondary value is 20 ampere, then 20 ampere current will flow in the instrument, that is meter connected in the secondary, and that will cause the damage of the meter. So to safeguard this instrument connected in the secondary side of the this CT secondary metering core of the CT secondary, the CT is saturate beyond 5 ampere rated current, that is beyond if 400/1 CT ratio is chosen, then if the secondary current is 5 ampere, that is if the primary current is 2 kiloampere, then CT will saturate. Therefore there will no increase in the secondary current, but primary current will increase due to fault condition. The next parameter is burden of the metering class CT. It is the rated burden of the metering class CT is mentioned in the nameplate, which is 20 VA. So under any condition, the burden in the CT secondary should not cross this 20 VA. Otherwise the accuracy of 0.2 will not be achieved by the CT. That is under a normal load, that is under rated current, there will be 0.2% error in the secondary current, that is called the accuracy class. So what is the burden and how the burden of the CT secondary is calculated? Now for calculating burden of the CT secondary, we should taken the CT secondary rated current. CT secondary rated current is 1 ampere. Now the burden means the load connected in the secondary side of the CT. What are the load connected in the CT secondary? This first is cable resistance, cable connected, the cable consider the cable resistance is 5 ohm, and except the cable, there exist meters burden. For digital meters, the burden is normally 0.5 VA, and for analog it is 1 VA. Now for normally in the CT secondary side, for metering class CT, there exist ammeter, wattmeter and megavar meter. So for 3 number of meters, total burdens for digital meters comes as 1.5 Va, and for analog meter it comes as 3 Va. So total burden for analog meter including cable comes as 8 Va, and for digital meter it comes as 6.5 Va. So under any circumstances we should ensure that the total burden connected in the city secondary side should not cross 20 Va at any stage. Now what is LF? LF means accuracy limit factor. It is mainly mentioned for protection class city, but for PS class city, since core 2 and core 3 is PS. PS means protection special class. Accuracy limit factor is not defined. PS class city only knee point voltage is mentioned. So the for now the ratio is 3 number of ratio is exist in the secondary side. There is a 1000/1 ratio, 800/1 ratio and 400/1 ratio for 3 number core. Now if we want 1000/1 ratio, then we should connect in the secondary terminal between S1 and S4. Now if we want 800/1 ratio, then we shall connect secondary terminal S1 and S3. If we want 400/1 ratio, then we should connect secondary terminal from S1 and S2. Here S1 is the common terminal. We shall never change S4 and S1 or S3 and S1 or S2 and S1 for 1000/1 ratio or 800/1 ratio or 400/1 ratio. Otherwise the polarity will be reversed for each cases. Now the resistance of the city, secondary city coil resistance is mentioned for each ratio. For 400/1, the coil resistance for secondary city coil is 1.6 ohm, and for 800/1 the city coil resistance is 3.2 ohm, and for 1000/1 city ratio the city coil resistance is 4 ohm. Now again the ALF means accuracy limit factor. It is defined only for protection class CT. That is for if accuracy class is mentioned as 5P20, that is if 20 times of the rated current flows in the primary side, then there will be 5% ratio error. It may be plus or minus 5% of ratio error in the secondary side of the CT. Next the knee point voltage. Knee point voltage, that is VK, is mentioned for each CT ratio for each protection class core. For 400/1 CT ratio, BK is 400 volt, and for 800/1 CT ratio it is 800 volt, and for 1000/1 it is 1000 volt. Now what is the knee point voltage? The voltage at which if 10% voltage is increased, then there will be increase of 50% magnetizing current. It is called the knee point voltage. So at the knee point voltage, how the knee point voltage is derived from equation will be discussed now. Now knee point voltage VKP is given by K into IF into RCT plus RL plus RR divided by CT ratio. Now K is a factor which is normally equal to 2. Now IF is the maximum fault current, and RCT is the CT coil secondary resistance. For 400/1 CT ratio, CT coil resistance is given as 1.6 ohm, and RL is the resistance of the cable connected in the secondary of the CT. Now consider the RL is 5 ohm, and RR is the relay burden in ohm as 0.5 ohm. So if knee point voltage is 400 volt, now we can calculate the maximum fault current up to which the CT will not saturate that is 400 equal to 2 into IF into 1.6 plus 5 plus 0.5 divided by 400. So IF comes as 11,268 ampere. So beyond this fault current, the CT will be saturated. The primary current will increase, but the relay will not sense the primary reflection of the secondary current. So IF in primary value is 11,268, since CT ratio is 400 by 1, that is up to 28 times of the rated secondary current it can measure the fault current. Beyond this, CT will not sense the relay will not sense the current, as the relay burden increases, secondary burden increases, the fault current sensing capability of the relay will be less. So burden is a important parameter which is related with the knee point voltage and maximum fault current sensed by the relay. Now I maximum at Vk. Now when Vk for 400 by 1 CT ratio is 400 volt, then I maximum, that is maximum magnetizing current shall be 30 milliampere. And for 800 by 1, when minimum Vk is 800 volt, then the I max is 37.5 milliampere. Similarly, for 1000 by 1 ratio, minimum Vk, that is at 1000 volt, the I max is 75 milliampere. Now what does it means? From these characteristics of a CT secondary voltage and exciting current, if the knee point voltage is 400 volt, then the exciting current or magnetizing current will be 30 milliampere. Then if I increase 10% of this voltage, that is, if voltage is increased 10%, then at 440 volt secondary voltage, the exciting current or magnetizing current comes as 45 milliampere. Then that is 50% exciting current will increase. It is the definition of the knee point voltage. Now the HSB means highest system voltage. It is 36 kV. That is, the CT can operate for highest system voltage 36 kV for continuous time rating. Then the insulation level, that is IL, is mentioned in the nameplate of the CT. It is 70 by 170. 70 kV is the power frequency withstand voltage of the CT for 1 minute, and 170 kV is the CT can withstand maximum lightning impulse voltage up to 170 kV. Then STC means short time current rating for the CT is mentioned in case of nameplate. In this type CT, the short time current rating is 25 kiloampere for 3 seconds. Beyond this time, the CT may damage. So this is all about CT nameplate. Apart from this parameter, the manufacturer of the CT and also the letter of award number and the customer of the CT is mentioned in the CT nameplate, which I have not shown. So thank you very much for watching my video.